Bricktopian. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video I will be reviewing the Lego set, the Mini Disney Castle. It is from the Lego Disney theme. It is set number 40478 and it will cost you £35 in the UK. It has a total of 567 pieces and will earn you a total of 280 VIP points. This set was first released in October of 2021, although I have just got it in 2024. I bought mine on eBay for the cheaper price of £25, as mine did not come with a box or instructions and it was second hand. First of all, I'd like to say that I think this set is actually a perfect balance colour-wise between the two big versions of the Disney Castle. It doesn't have that strange pinky coloured wall at the bottom that the newer one had, and it keeps the original light grey colour from the first version of the big Disney Castle. It does, however, keep lots of the nice pearlescent blue elements from the newer Disney Castle though, as well as implementing more gold elements, which is what I really love about this. And it replaces some of the pieces that were tan on the first big version with more gold elements. The shiny satin window glass elements at the back also add a nice touch to the design, I think. It is a micro scale set, so it naturally fits with nanothigs, also known as statuette pieces. Even though I do usually prefer minifigure scale sets, I do actually prefer the scale of this set to the architecture line of sets, as that is even smaller and less accurate in my opinion. Despite it being a micro scale build, it does come with one minifigure. This minifigure has an exclusive torso print, and I really like the saturation and design of it. This minifigure also comes with eyebrows, unlike most Mickey Mouse minifigures. And it doesn't have much printing on the back though, unfortunately, of the torso or the legs, although it does have side printing on the legs. This is used to represent shoes with these black lines. I don't think it's actually that common that they use side printing for shoe representation on minifigures, so it's really nice that they included it here. It's a great figure, although I do wish we got a Minnie Mouse one to match. But then again, like I said, this is a micro scale set, so that would have just pushed the price up even more, and it's not really necessary that they included that. I feel like this set is vastly superior to the bigger versions, and not just because of what I mentioned earlier about the colour scheme. One thing you will notice almost straight away is that this set actually has a closed back. The big versions of this set do not. And I'll tell you right now, I always prefer closed backs on Lego sets. Especially if you want to implement it into a Lego City layout or display this on a table where you look at it all the way around. So I'm really pleased that they did that. To get around the issue of not being able to see the interior detail because of the lack of an open back, I feel like they could have made the second floor tower, when it's removed, have a hole underneath on the first floor so that you could actually see inside better. Or if not, they could have added jumper plates here so that you could remove this back panel to see in better. This set is also blessed with having no stickers whatsoever, and it has 3 spectacular prints. But unfortunately, because of what I mentioned, you can only see one of them as the other 2 are inside. The one you can see though is particularly great and shows the representation of a clock on this nice gold back tile. The other 2 printed pieces which are inside are the representation of Cinderella's glass slippers on a 1x2 trans tile, and also the representation of the big Disney Castle set's box on a 2x3 tile. If you really wanted to see those though, you could leave them out of the set after it's done and completed, as opposed to putting them in the build. But it is nice just knowing that they're there once you've finished, because it gives you a sense of accomplishment. The build of this set is mostly enjoyable, although there is moments of repetitiveness, such as reconstructing these towers 5 times over as they are exactly the same. I do love the part usage though of the golden binoculars, as well as the ski poles at the top. To attach the main walls of this set, you actually use robot arm pieces, which you can see inside here. It is quite fiddly, but I wouldn't say it's an unbearable experience. One thing I really don't like about this set though is how it looks from the top in some ways. There is a massive big gap you can see here which is left behind because of the way this wall is constructed. It's not so bad on the other walls because at least the gaps are even and they're smaller, but on this one in particular the gap is pretty massive. Although from the front you don't really notice it, so it's not too big of a deal. At this point in the review, I feel like I should mention the custom base I added. I wasn't a huge fan of the black display stand that came with the original set, so I've swapped it out for a grassy display at the bottom. I've used green plate underneath, and also I've used a big massive 16 by 16 dark grey plate underneath to hold everything together. This big plate also serves as a way to get the right coloration for the water, which is represented here with 1 by 2 trans light blue tiles. I feel like this makes the set stand out more, but it also makes this bridge feel more relevant to the build because it actually has something to go over, as opposed to just sitting as an entrance to the door at the front. In addition, I have added these small micro-scale trees to the build. They are simple and use the smallest bar elements put into open hole studs. On top, I have just used the 1 by 1 cone-shaped bricks in 2 different shades of green, with the bigger tree here using the lighter green and the smaller tree here using the regular green. I have stacked 2 of them here and only 1 on this side. Lastly, on this modified base, I have added these little potted plants at the front, as well as these dark red benches at the back, which are represented using modified 1 by 2 tiles. These benches allow the visitors of the castle to have somewhere to sit and relax when they want to get away from the public. I may even extend the green section of this build out at the front even more and add a small park to add a nicer, even bigger entrance. In the meantime though, I have added this road mock that I did out the front because I feel like this is a good way to show you how great this build can look with additions to it. You can even add a couple of micro-scale cars to the road in front to make it even more alive. I can't decide yet if I want to build any other micro-scale sets, but I have done the recently released micro-scale Ninjago City set, which I thought was also pretty great. I have also done the set that was released back in 2012, which was the Creator Expert Mini Modulars, although both of those sets I think are actually inferior to this one. Although the big version of the Ninjago City set I actually prefer to the big version of the Disney Castle, on this scale I think this one uses a better amount of accuracy to the source material, and also the colours are really good at popping off of the set. Some of the other Disney sets that they did that are micro scale include the Haunted Mansion, as well as one from Aladdin. Even though a few of the Disney micro-scale sets don't include minifigures for some reason, the prices actually are more expensive. I don't know how much of this is to do with inflation of LEGO in general, or how much is just a choice to make you pay more and hope you won't notice that they've left those figures out of the build. This set is easily my favourite out of all of the micro-scale Disney sets. The height of this set is actually pretty ideal when you want to display it next to other micro builds, such as the Ninjago one that I just mentioned. As you can see here, it does compare pretty well. It is an impressive 21 centimeters tall if you count the very top of the ski pole. I'm so glad that they was able to keep the piece count low while still including so much detail. Even the price is not bad for what it is. And unlike the Micro Ninjago City set, and also I believe the Creator Expert Mini Modular set, you could buy this as a regular retail set, whereas both of those sets were only available through either the Insider's Points scheme, which this was, or by getting it as a promotional item, which that other set was. Overall, I can't really complain too much about this set, and I don't think there's much else I need to add. It's brilliant that you can get the representation of a Disney castle without having to fork over 10 times the amount of money to get the big versions. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, share and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you again in the next one. Goodbye.